Welcome to Coffee with Carey, and welcome to, I don't know, part 1 or part 2 of Turnoff Week. This week I'm doing matching episodes for what are the biggest turnoffs, how many, 8 or 9 turnoffs for men and women. Today's is for the gals, things that men say are the biggest turnoffs on a first date. This is date 1 stuff. In fact, if you'd like me to do one on what men find are the biggest turnoffs as they get to know somebody, they've been dating for a while, let me know in the comments and I'd be happy to do that for you. But today I hope that you are intrigued by finding out what are the 8 things that men think are a turnoff on a first date, because that's what's on the agenda. If you're new here, I'm Carey. I'm a matchmaker and a dating coach, and I just want you to be the best date possible. So you should know that if you are a woman dating men, just like what you think about fellas, they think the number 1 turnoff is not putting effort in to what you're choosing to wear to meet them. So I know a lot of you think that this is a big, an special occasion. I get to pick out an outfit and go, but there are some of you who are like, I just don't want to go through this again. It's probably not going to work out anyway. I'm just going to go straight from the gym, or I'm just coming from work and I'm not going to change. Just not giving this person the respect of thinking this is a special occasion and wanting to show up as your best self and put the effort in to do so. So keep in mind, guys are turned off by women not putting in that effort in the same way that you're turned off when guys show up in crappy shoes and wrinkled clothes. It goes both ways. And before we leave, I should mention that they don't love it when they feel underdressed because you've really taken it up, not just a notch, but a few notches to make them feel like they didn't put in enough effort despite being dressed like most everyone else there. So beware of overdressing. Also be careful that you are not wearing too heavy of a fragrance. A lot of people are sensitive to that and it can be a turnoff. This isn't me talking, this is the guys, but a lot of them are not big fans of the extremely long nails that are in vogue right now. So just something to think about, but you do you. Number 2 is being interviewed, and I don't blame them. This isn't a job interview. This is a get to know you, casual, back and forth, repartee, sharing some stories. Nobody wants to be grilled and feel like they're playing a round of 20 questions. By allowing a very organic conversation, you will allow him to reveal himself. And if you can set it up like that without making it feel businesslike, because I'll tell you, one of the worst date feedback situations I can get as a matchmaker is when people say it felt like a business meeting. You don't want that. So avoid the question and answer type of a date. Number 3 is oversharing, over talking, sharing baggage, controlling the narrative here, kind of feeling like you're in control of everything in this situation. This could be nerves, obviously, where you're just talking too much early on, but it should dissipate as you become more comfortable with this person. So make a point of checking in with yourself a ways into the date just to touch base and make sure that you're taking a breath and giving this other person a chance to share and to shine. You want to both be able to showcase who you are and share with the other person what you're all about. And that can't happen if one person is taking control of the whole conversation. Number 4 kind of vibes off of that last one, but it's about a lack of curiosity. And it's interesting. I think I know what happens sometimes, why there is situations where women don't seem curious about getting to know this person. Often it's because they've made their mind up based on a first impression. And either they've decided, yes, he's cute, he's well groomed, I know that he does this for work and he lives nearby and his outfit looks great and he's got a nice smile. I definitely want to get to know him better, see him again. And then they take the rest of the conversation to share about themselves because they've already determined he's worthy of date number 2. Or they come in and they're not pleasantly surprised by this person. They're disappointed that it doesn't look like his pictures, or he isn't the age of his pictures. They were edited, or they were old, or he immediately is rude to the wait staff, or for whatever reason, their mind is made up. This is a no-go, and they take the opportunity to just chit-chat their way through the date talking about me. But if this is a person who you have not made your mind up about, and I encourage you to not do so. Give this person at least this hour and a half or 2 hours to get to know who they are. You may learn something from them by also allowing them to partake in the conversation, share and shine with who they are. Be curious, ask follow-up questions. They may surprise you. Number 5 is complaining. Some people are just negative, but a date is not the place for that. You want to bring your positive attitude. Men are very turned off by people who complain about the table, complain about the temperature, complain about the service, or they complain about the dating process, how dating has changed and dating is horrible and you can't meet anybody and the apps are atrocious. And you can see how it can spiral to something that feels very downer-like. And I beg everyone to bring their most positive selves to a first date, to be excited about the possibility of making a connection and to leave their baggage behind. No trash talking the other gender on a date. This could be the one that changes it all. So give it a chance and leave your negative energy outside. Step through whatever threshold you pass in order to meet this person and bring all your excellent positive energy with you. Number 6, a lot of men are very much about appreciation. They feel that the one thing that they really want in a relationship is to be acknowledged for the good that they do and to be appreciated for the efforts that they make. So somebody not saying thank you. A fellow like that who you do something nice for them and they don't have the courtesy to say thank you is a turnoff. Also, just bad manners in general. And like I told the men, we want guys who are nice to the wait staff, the waitress, the maid or whoever seats you, whoever clears your table or fills your water, Uber driver. So good manners go a long way in making a great first impression, and the opposite for fellas as well as for women is a turnoff. So be aware of that. And in that same vein there, don't forget that it's not good manners to be on your telephone. So tuck that away, and if it must be on for emergency purposes, make sure it's out of sight and it's on vibrate. You'll be able to feel it, but there's no reminder that there's a distraction from getting to know this person. Number 7 on this list was that guys said that they were turned off by women who are unhealthy or living an unhealthy lifestyle, people who smoke, people who drink too much, people who don't pay attention to what they eat or exercise, aren't taking care of themselves or prioritizing their own physical well-being, being active. That's what they're looking for in a partner, and they find the opposite to be off-putting. So prioritize you, take care of yourself, get enough sleep, some good food before you head out on a date to meet somebody you want to be the best version of yourself, not to wait until after you've met somebody to make changes that you want to make. Do it for you, and it'll be appreciated by the fellas as well. And then finally, this last one is similar to the one that you guys gave about the guys. And this is kind of just rushing things, not letting things happen in their own time, making references too quickly to the future. Sometimes we kid around and say, well, we can do that next year or once we're married. We joke around, but for some people, it doesn't come off as humorous. It comes off as scary. So be careful with languaging yourself into him thinking you're desperate to settle down, stop dating, and have a relationship. He wants to think that you're there to learn about him and get to know him, to figure it out. Otherwise, he feels like you've made a decision that he's fine, he's the one, and you don't need to get to know more. Be curious. That will take care of that one. A true, authentic curiosity will definitely not allow a man to think that you're rushing things. And that wraps it up. So I hope you found those interesting or helpful. If you did, Mom says a thumbs up would be super fantastic. And I'm not going to argue with my mother. Why would I do that? But I do hope that you will subscribe to the channel and let me know if you want that episode on turnoffs for the other gender once you're in a dating relationship. I'd be happy to make that episode for you as well. I'll look forward to seeing you next time. And until then, have a good one.